Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is Life in Denver. I am Joe. This is Monique. Today we're hanging out in the Aurora Highlands. As you can see, we've got a cool little carousel behind us. We'll jump into that in a minute, but this is an awesome new master plan community out here in Aurora. As we were mentioning in one of our previous videos, we're really trying to target these new builds just because they're great pricing, great interest rates in the market today. Obviously, that's a big concern for people. So really just trying to find the best options for you guys out there. So with that being said, let's hop into it.
All right, guys, and as usual, we like to start with the location description as to where we are. Today, we are located in the Aurora Highlands, as Joe was mentioning, and if you know where Denver is, the Aurora Highlands is approximately 20-25 minutes from downtown Denver. It is northeast, so it is on the east side of the city, so if you're looking for that more mountain view, mountain living, like Joe, you would be more on the west side. However, you know, the Aurora Highlands community is located out east and provides great access to DIA and a lot of other amenities nearby.
Definitely. So you do get a lot of great access over here, and you know, you still get some mountain views. I'm not going to crack on it. Definitely right behind us over here, we got some good mountain views. But what's really cool about this area is it's definitely still being developed, so it definitely has some room to grow still. But like Monique's calling out, you have the airport is literally 5 minutes away. You have downtown Denver within proximity. You have really good access to the rest of Aurora too, because although Aurora is a big area, you can still get to like Southland Shopping Mall in 20 minutes at most. That's a great area to still get all your daily shopping and all your daily needs. So although this is a little bit more of a remote area, being a new build like most are, you still have great access to everything you need commercial wise, great access to the airport, going to the city, all that fun stuff. So really just, it's a great find. It's a place that if you can come here and kind of, go through the process of watching the community come up over the next, call it 10-15 years or so, you'll get a lot of equity, you'll get a lot of reward for coming here and getting in early. So just something to call out there for you guys. All right, guys, quick little change of scenery. They booted us out of the carousel. I am over the height limit, unfortunately. So, only Monique got the ride. But with that being said, jumping into some more points here for you guys. In terms of just new builds, broadly speaking, right? New builds are a great opportunity like we're calling out in the sense of a lot of these builders are offering so many different incentives in terms of buying down that rate for you guys. It's just the best option out there right now. And there's 7 big builders out here. So if you don't like one builder's optionality, right, you can always go with someone else. There's a lot of different styles to choose from. It's not just single families. We're finding condos and duplexes, etc. So various price points across the board, starting, low 4s all the way up to 7 figures out here. So it is whatever you want. But in terms of what we're really targeting today, Richmond American, actually, they own literally 50% of all of the homes out here. So that's really the builder we wanted to target in you guys. And we went through a model home today, the Pinecrest model, just because we feel like that'd be great context so you guys can see just how much bang for buck you're getting out here in Aurora. What you would get here in terms of finishes, in terms of lot size, all of these great options. To get something similar to this on the west side of Denver or in obviously downtown Denver as well, that would be 7 figures. And out here, you're finding a lot of these homes are starting, especially this model, in the 7s. So obviously you're gonna have some type of lot premium, some type of options that you choose to upgrade, etc. So maybe you're creeping into the 8s, but even being there, it's such a better deal and just such a good bang for your buck out here that this is a really tough community to beat. So if price point's something you're really focused in on, as well as you want everything that a new build has to offer, this is a really, really great option for you guys.
Right, and one of the things too about going with a new build is you do get that space, right? And Joe's talking about the biggest bang for your buck, which I think is really important in terms of space and
especially nowadays in the market today.
Exactly, and then you have the openness, the high ceilings, you have those cool multi-sliding doors to kind of really encompass the outside with the inside living. Here in Colorado, we love being outdoors and enjoying sunny weather, even if it is autumn or fall, whenever the season may be, we still get those sunny days. So definitely allows you the opportunity to really invite that sun in your home, invite the light into your home. Beautiful kitchen finishes. You also have the options of like finishing, the bathrooms and all of the closets, however you want in your style. So that's one of the cool things about going with the new build is the sense of the ability to customize a lot in terms of, when you go under contract and when you're looking to finalize your purchase.
Definitely. Another thing to call out too, we always talk about, I mentioned it in previous videos, how they think about like, okay, laundry upstairs, where all the bedrooms are. Another thing to call out too is Monique's mentioning it though, with just the crazy weather we're always getting out here. Last week we were in snow jackets. Now it's nice and sunny again. You never know. But either way, even the outside areas, they're very clever about, doing covered patios, for example. So you'll see like, it's really cool. A lot of these outdoor areas will have, mounted TVs, little outdoor fire pits, places you can still hang out and enjoy year round. So if it is wintertime, you're covered. That area is not getting covered in snow. You can enjoy yourself, wrap up in a blanket, have a little hot chocolate. Like, it's very, very enjoyable. So there's so much attention to detail when they think about these new builds. They look back and say, okay, like, what were the most popular options in our previous builds in other communities, right? You come into a new community like Aurora Highlands, it's awesome because this is a newer community. So they've taken all that previous market data, they've taken, all the options people have chosen in the past and thought like, all right, this is really, let's target all the most popular stuff. And it wraps full circle into a really, really beautiful home for you guys. All right, guys, and just circling back to the point Monique made in terms of how the contracts can vary from existing homes to new builds, all that different stuff. We're talking about incentives. All this stuff is things that are obviously very important and just things you really need to have attention to detail on. So quick little reminder for you guys, we are, of course, licensed realtors out here. So all that different stuff to look through, any questions you may have, we would love to help you with any real estate needs you guys have. But of course, like throwing that little reminder out there for you guys. Another point to consider for you guys though, too, when it comes to new builds specifically, we've mentioned this previously, but if you haven't caught it in a different video, new builds do tend to fall in special tax districts always. And not to say that's necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something to call out because that obviously gets wrapped into your monthly payment. So you will be saving money on the purchase price. You will be saving money obviously on that interest rate. So not to say you won't make up ground in those other areas, but just something we like to be transparent about because property taxes do tend to be higher, whether it's, 1 to kind of 1.3, 1.4%. relative to an existing might be 0.5%. It's just another consideration for you guys.
Right, and do remember that those property taxes are used to help develop the community, right? So if you're moving into the community, particularly here in the Aurora Highlands, they are in phase 1. So, year number 3 within the 20-year build that they have projected out, you are paying for this, the build of the schools, the amenities, all of the things that they're building within the community. So the local residents have access to those things. So just make sure that you are aware, this is why taxes tend to be a little bit higher than if you do get, your older home. So definitely something you should, pay attention to.
Yeah, one pro to that though, I always like to make it a positive note. What's cool about these places, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video, when you get in early on these new build communities, that's when you really do see the most growth, the most appreciation in your home. So if you are one of the first 1,000 homes, right? For example, like in Aurora Highlands is still fairly new compared to a lot of other new build communities. You're getting that growth because not everybody's willing to put up with the construction around them. Not everybody's willing to put up with, hey, waiting a year or two for all these other amenities to come through. So if you can come in and get in now, you will see a ton of growth in your home price. And what's really cool too, this one's very unique in the sense of they actually have a water park coming in. We were talking to one of the guys earlier today and it's end of 2024, mid 2025 is when it's supposed to be complete. So like what a cool package to have that over the summertime for the kiddos and everything. Like that's amazing to have a freaking full water park out here. So that's really, really a cool one for out here. And of course they have all the usual, hiking trails, walking trails, all that fun stuff to go through the community and, take that walk after work or on your lunch break. So not to say they don't have, the jungle gym and all the other fun stuff too, the carousel as you guys saw, but just a really unique set of amenities out here in this one. It's different than some of the other ones we visited. So always like calling that stuff out for you guys.
All right, guys, so Joe talked about all the fun things to do, right? He talked about the carousel.
I took all the fun stuff.
All the open parks, the water park. He took all the fun stuff. And of course, me, I'm going to
stuck her with the education.
The schools, right? I have the little ones, so I don't mind taking on the...
You can tell I went to school a lot.
Yeah, there you go. There is a total of 4 schools that are projected to be finished within the community, one of which is already built, and they are all part of the Aurora Public School District. So definitely a great, option if you are thinking of moving into the community and you have little ones and you're concerned about schools. Definitely an option for you. Another one to call out too is there are community centers that are being developed as well as medical centers. A lot of commercial development is coming and underway, but however, since we still are in the early phases, that is yet to come, but the plans have already been approved. It's already, something that's on its way. You just have to wait a little bit. And if you're in early enough and you like Joe was mentioning, you have the opportunity to capitalize on the equity growth that comes with that further development.
Definitely. And that's the other thing too, like Monique's calling out, these plans have already been approved. It's not like you're stuck waiting on all the zoning to go through and all that different stuff. So now it's just, hey, they give you the timeline. If you're cool with waiting for that timeline, you'll be rewarded at the end. So really, as we mentioned, it's a great opportunity that not a lot of people are going to capitalize on, I'm sure. So I'm just put it out there for you guys before it got to be too long in the process.
Guys, and as much as Joe and I love making these videos for you, we would love to help with any real estate needs you may have. Feel free to contact us at the information on your screen, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.